What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now 243 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel. Excuse me, that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened up last year, which is this beautiful Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely incredible as a collector's rare. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. Excuse me. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 85% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys have not even subscribed, and to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which actually is this week's episode. But the question of the day is this: What would you guys like to see John Cena accomplish before he retires next year? Let me know down in the comments below. And that is exactly what we're going to be talking about for this week's episode, are the top 5 things that we should see John Cena accomplish before he indeed retires. Now, we do know that a couple of weeks ago at Money in the Bank, we saw John Cena announce that he was going to no longer wrestle after next year. He said that he was going to officially, as I am moving my chair here, there we go. Anyway, John Cena announced a couple weeks ago at Money in the Bank that he was going to retire from professional wrestling, which means that this year, the full calendar year, leading into the end of, potentially the end of next year, will indeed be John Cena's last year in WWE, meaning he was going to have one more Royal Rumble entry left in his career, one more appearance at Elimination Chamber, and one more WrestleMania match in his arsenal. So it's going to be interesting to see what we could potentially see out of John Cena. But I am very curious on it, and I actually did a little bit of thinking, and I realized there's a lot that he has yet to accomplish in WWE, and these 5 are definitely those accomplishments. But we do have a singular honorable mention, which is obviously the King of the Ring tournament. it's weird. It's weird because when you think about the King of the Ring tournament, most of the guys that had won King of the Ring were usually all heels. Gunther is a heel, is a heel. Corbin at the time was a heel. Sheamus at the time was a heel. Wade Barrett, Owen Hart, um, who else? Harley Race, Mabel or Viscera or Big Daddy V, depending on which version you saw as as a kid. For me, it was obviously Viscera, but still, Viscera and Big Daddy V. But who else was there? Randy Savage, Stone Cold. Funny enough, which he was a heel, but that was what started the whole Austin 316 thing, and that's what truly sparked the Attitude Era, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, and who else? Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, William Regal, Booker T. They were all heels. Every last one of them was a heel. In fact, the only baby faces that won King of the Ring were, I think, Bret Hart, Don Morocco, and Xavier Woods. Funny enough, I think are the only ones that I could think of that were. Oh, and Edge. And Edge was also a babyface as well. So, it's weird. It's weird because when you look at the history of the King of the Ring tournament, yes, it can alter your career to heights never thought possible. But when you really look at it and when you really think about it, some of the previous kings never really did a whole lot after they won the whole tournament. So it was like, what was the point? The point of it. Look at Baron Corbin. He didn't win any championships after he had became king of the ring. Same thing with Woods. Same thing with Xavier Woods. Not much was going on. I think his big break was defeating Roman Reigns via disqualification and pinning Jimmy Uso forcing him to bend the knee. And that was pretty much it. So it's possible that we could see John Cena win King of the Ring, but doing that could lead him to a couple of title opportunities, but we will have to wait and see. But moving into the main list, first one up is obviously Money in the Bank. Now we know what happened last time. Last time he had won Money in the Bank. It was 2012, and we all know what happened there. He had just lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 28 in Miami. Since that night, yes, he's had some pretty decent matches, but most of those victories were all a part of either Raw or SmackDown. He might have had like at least one or two, maybe three PLE victories since then, but when he did win Money in the Bank, he made a big mistake, and the mistake was giving CM Punk one whole calendar week to get ready, to be prepared, because he wanted a fair fight. And guess what happened? The Big Show happened, and he cost John Cena the WWE title, thus forcing a disqualification, which means that John Cena did win, but it was only via a disqualification. So his cash-in was a complete fail. And the way I see it, I think John Cena is definitely deserving of a second shot. At that briefcase. And I think if he does win it, that could really give him give him the that could give him the edge he needs to scout out the competition and figure out what he wants. People seem to forget that even though the NXT title is on an NXT, people seem to forget that the NXT title is considered a world championship. So if John Cena were to cash in on the NXT title and actually win it, it would mean a 17th world title right then and there, which is possible, but we really don't know for sure. And honestly, Money in the Bank would look pretty good on John Cena's resume. Second Money in the Bank win. Think about that. But next up, War Games. I know what you're thinking. I know what you guys are thinking. You're probably asking yourselves, wait, what? War Games? Why put him in War Games? He's had too many injuries. Yes, I get that. But think about this. If he were to have gotten himself involved with the Bloodline this year, I mean, right now you've got Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton, all three of those gentlemen dealing with the Bloodline right now, the new Bloodline. There have been rumors of a new member to the new Bloodline, and it seems like those rumors could very well be true heading into SummerSlam. But think about this. If it's those three plus John Cena, and they needed one more person, the only other person that would fit the bill to potentially lead the team, which I highly doubt that would be the case, would be none other than Roman Reigns. So I truly believe that John Cena inside War Games could really be interesting, because he would have to bring out a much more darker side of himself that we have never ever seen before, and that could give a lot of trouble to the Bloodline. But then again, he could also inject himself into Judgment Day business, and it would end up having to be the LWO, Braun Strowman and John Cena, and potentially one of them, or it could be Awesome Truth, Braun Strowman, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio of the LWO, which both combinations are pretty much possible, but I feel like it really doesn't matter at this point. I think after what happened at WrestleMania and after what happened at Crown Jewel last year, I think we're almost guaranteed to see John Cena team up with Randy, Cody, and Kevin Owens to deal with the Bloodline, which is possible, but we will have to wait and see. But coming in at number 3 is probably actually these next 3 are the most obvious. This one, a third Royal Rumble victory. Think about this. John Cena has always had a tendency to make history. Look at what happened at Royal Rumble in 2017. He pinned AJ Styles perfectly clean to win his 16th WWE title. And that right there put him in the history books, tying Ric Flair with 16. However, he is one of, I believe, 6 men to have ever won multiple Royal Rumble matches. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Triple H, himself, Edge, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes are the only 8, or the are I believe the only 8. That have won more than one Royal Rumble. But I believe Stone Cold. Oh, and Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar. I believe those are the only ones, right? Hang on. Okay, so going down the line of the winners. Let's see here. 1. So Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, Batista was another. Yeah, so there's, and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, so let's see. I believe so. So those are the only ones that have won more than one Royal Rumble. So imagine what it could do. Imagine what it could do to just to excuse me. Anyway, imagine what it could do to John Cena's legacy if John Cena went on to WrestleMania and actually won, or rather went on to next year's Royal Rumble, win the whole thing, and then go on to WrestleMania and became a 17-time champion. Think about that. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I have this right. I want to see something. So let's see. Hogan, Michaels, Stone Cold, yep. Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge. And Cody, yeah, so 10. So okay, so John Cena is one of 10 to have won more than one Royal Rumble. But imagine him tying Stone Cold with 3. Imagine what that could do to his legacy. Think about that, guys. Excuse me. Which then brings us to the second accomplishment, which is probably the most obvious, a 17th world title. Think about this. There are so many possible. There are so many different ways that John Cena could inject himself into a world title picture. One of the things that we could end up seeing that we could see is Cody loses the title to Solo, which leads to Cena versus Solo at Crown Jewel. Excuse me. Or it could also lead to Cena going after the World Heavyweight title currently held by Damian Priest. There are so many different possibilities, but I think I think what I find so unique about this idea is that Ric Flair, the Hall of Famer, actually brought it up on a podcast a while back, and he said that the idea isn't too far gone. It's a good idea, and he even admitted at one point. I think it was back in 2015 when he was it 2015? Yeah, was it? Yeah, 2015 at Summers. It was right after SummerSlam in 2015, which we all know what happened there. Jon Stewart screwed John Cena out of a 15th, or got himself screwed out of a 15, out of a or rather out of his 16th world title at that time. Ric Flair mentioned and admitted that if there was one person in WWE that he would want to see break his record, it would be John Cena. And Jon Stewart was not happy about it, funny enough. But what I find so interesting is that he did bring it up again on a podcast, and he said that the two men that he would want to see break his record are both Randy Orton and John Cena, and Cena. So at this stage right now, we're at a point now where the idea of Cody versus Cena, it is a dream match, but when you look at it on paper, it's more of what the fans want. And what the fans want, while it is true that the fans would like to see John Cena win a 17th world title, they want to see the title be kept on Cody. So that match would be out the door. There is the world heavyweight title, but given the fact that he has to deal with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk, the last thing that and also Gunther as well, and Gunther, the last thing that he wants to deal with is John Cena. So that would lead to the NXT title, which is another possibility, but we will have to wait and see. And the last one up is the most obvious, and it would make him a damn near ultimate Grand Slam champion, and that is the Intercontinental title. Right now the title is being held on by Sami Zayn. He had defeated Gunther at WrestleMania to win the title, and I think if he were to have dropped it to someone like Braun Breaker, the idea would be pretty cool. John Cena versus Braun Breaker, that right there is a dream match. And think about this: see, if Cena won the title, Grand Slam champion, Cena would become a Grand Slam champion, which is absolutely crazy. But I love the idea. The idea of John Cena becoming Intercontinental Champion, dude, that with an accomplishment like that, all these accomplishments and then some could literally make his legacy. And he's already Hall of Fame worthy. Why not add the Intercontinental title to his legacy? Not a bad idea. But if you guys want to see all these accomplishments take place, let your voices be heard on social media, and let the world know what's up, because these, in my opinion, need to happen. And with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.